Hey everyone, we're live at the Paste Studio right now in New York with Madison Cunningham. Madison, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for doing this on show day. I know you're going to head out of here straight up to New Haven. You've got a show at College Street Music Hall tonight, among many. There are many, many shows all the way until you're at the Cayamo cruise in February 2020, which will be a ton of fun. We might be on that boat as well.
Oh, great.
All the dates are up at MadisonCunningham.com. And congratulations to you, because Who Are You Now is out right now in the world, and we're going to hear 3 songs from it.
Great.
Yeah, can you tell us what's first?
Yeah, this one's called Pin It Down.
Take a good look around at what we have learned to live with and what we can live without. The pain that we hold so dear looks so small and faint from you when we're standing right where we thought we would never be. I can't pin it down, I can't pin it, but I think we've been here once before. Yeah, I'll admit it.
That sounded great. Wonderful natural fade. That was outstanding. Thank you, Maddie.
You're welcome.
You sound great in this environment. You sound great always. You sound extra great in this environment, I think. Can you introduce everybody?
Yeah, this is Daniel Ryan on the bass.
Hey.
Yeah. Beth Goodfellow on the drums.
All right, Beth.
Yeah, these are some stellar players right here, if that wasn't already obvious.
Yeah, well, it really, really sounds outstanding in this environment. Can you compare and contrast what people have been seeing in the live shows versus what the arrangement looks and sounds like in this intimate environment here?
Yeah, the setup is pretty much the same as you see here, but this room is nice because we kind of get to play at a lower volume, and usually, at least for this run, we've been in theaters, and it's just a different sonic game because of just how large the rooms are, and some of them aren't really made for necessarily like electric instruments and amps, and so it's always a little bit of a fight, but it's we try to keep it as intimate as this feels now. We try. Yeah.
Well, it's great. We really appreciate you coming and doing this here. And can you compare it also to what it was like working at, you worked at Sonic Ranch Studio in El Paso. Can you talk about what the recording of the album itself looked like in comparison to this recording that we're doing right now?
Yeah, well, we did everything live. We kind of holed up in Sonic Ranch for about like 8 days, I think. And we just I think we recorded 14 songs in that time. And we tried to keep it sort of like how it is now, where we were all kind of in a semicircle and looking at each other, which you don't really get to do when you're on stage. Like, there's not much eye contact. And for recording purposes, it's really helpful to sort of have that face-to-face chemistry. And so we really just, we took our time, and it was really helpful to get away from LA, which is where I'm from, to sort of be in an environment where I could just focus. And also it was very unfamiliar, and in El Paso there wasn't really many places we could go besides staying on the ranch and getting work done. So that was very helpful, and I would totally do it again.
Nice. Cool. Well, sounds great here. Record sounds great. Who Are You Now is what we're listening to right now, in case you, the internet, are just joining us right now. There are many people watching, and many people are stoked. So Maddie, thanks for that. And we're going to hear 2 more songs from the record. Can you tell us what's coming up next?
This next song is called LA. Taking a walk down Eagle Rock, wandering with a man with a jeans tight as a bulldog skin, listening to the way people talk and the way people worry, turn themselves blonde when they get that sick feeling they're aging. Well, I've got a face she has a hard time remembering, and every time that we've met he'll ask, sorry, what's your name again? Well, the way people talk and the way people hurry to reach for a card, and they think that you might be wasting their time. Wide-eyed looking for something, there's bound to be something to let you down. Wide-eyed, are you sleep deprived? Well, if you want to be something, you're looking alive. Taking a drive down the fire, I'm a different man. Well, the drivers have a way of taking the last bit of goodness I had. There's always something to wake you when you're caught in a dream, flashing lights in your rear view, the hollow and scream of your own voice. Well, was that my voice? My
just something that's bound to be something to let you down. Why are you sleep deprived? If you wanna be something, then hey, look alive, look alive, look alive, look alive. Look alive. Look well, I left for the city with the strength in the will to compete. But how quickly you forget that just anyone can fill your seat. Oh, doesn't it feel good to laugh at yourself, turn your back on the business and leave it to sell its own worry, its own worry. Da da didn't da 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 didn't do da 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 da. I've been looking alive. I've been looking alive.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. That sounds great. This is exactly how I want to be spending my Tuesday early afternoon. So thanks for coming here and doing it. Can we talk a little bit about this room and these tapes behind you? They're fairly easy to discuss music influences. You're standing in front of like 50 or 60 years of rock history. You're in front of the Ray Charles and the Carole King and the James Taylor tapes. Can we talk a little bit about what you were listening to while you were growing up and who has influenced you?
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, I was a little bit, in a way, sheltered. I wasn't really listening to a ton of classic records. I was really late to the Beatles and to Joni Mitchell and Bob Dylan and all the people that, I would claim to be big influences over my life. It all came when I was probably 16 or 17, like kind of around the time I was graduating high school. And
So what about prior to that?
was I listening to?
During the sheltered period? Yeah, was it mostly church? Mostly like what was happening prior to the main influences?
Yeah, it was a lot of church music for sure. That's kind of what I was learning and practicing. Maybe before I really kind of came upon my discovery of the Beatles, I'd started getting into a little bit of soul. So like I was introduced to like, I guess it was a transition between like contemporary gospel into like Aretha Franklin type gospel music. And my friends were super into R&B and soul, and that's kind of some of the artists that they were into. Aretha, Donny Hathaway. Trying to think of who else. I'm of course blanking at the moment, but that was maybe my introduction pre-Beatles, was like listening to all those folks, and it blew my mind because just I'd never heard such singing and heart behind music before. I didn't know like those chords existed or those changes, and I was like, yeah, it totally blew my mind and started to kind of infiltrate itself into some of my music and the way I thought about chord changes and melodies and songwriting. And yeah, that was kind of what I was into when I was like 15 and 16 was that era.
Well, I think you're doing great. You've taken those sounds and influences, ingested them, and put them back out into the world in a beautiful way. So again, we appreciate you coming and playing the music. We're hearing all songs from Who Are You Now? The album, again, is out in the world right now, and we're going to hear a third song from it. Can you tell us what you're going to do last today?
Yeah. This one's called Something to Believe In. Two, three,
something constant, and you want something sure, something you can hold, something secure. I've seen your eyes knocking, then turn from the door. Tell me what it is you're looking for. If you need someone to believe in, you can believe in my love. Your heroes stand tall and you lean on their strength. For one takes a hard fall, with them you break. Well, the road never mattered till it was holding your weight. I guess trust is a chance you take. If you need someone to believe in, you can't believe in my love. You can believe in my love. Well, I've spent my life looking for truth I could bear, but kingdoms are just sin, and a throne is just a chair. Oh, dreams are born to grow up, to die and and spring again in the summer air. I've needed someone to believe in. I've needed someone to believe in. I've needed someone to believe in. Can I believe in your love?
All right. Well, that was great. I enjoyed it all very much. Madison, thank you. Beth, thank you. Daniel, thank you for coming by and doing this. Travel safely up to New Haven. You've got a show at College Street Music Hall tonight. You're back down this way. You're at DC 9 in Washington, D.C. tomorrow night, and then many, many more dates, including the Kayamo Cruise in February of 2020. It's all up at MadisonCunningham.com. And that was great. Thank you. Come back here anytime. Come back tomorrow if you want. We'll be here doing this.
Thank you.
Thanks, Madison.
Appreciate it.
All right.